Okay, here, how did I think of 500 by 27? So I can say that 27 27 into 2 is 540. So 27 into 20 will be 540, and I need only 500, so 400 40 40 40 40 by 27 is something 1.5%, so 20 minus 1.5 is 18.5. So that's how also we can think of it. So this question is, shopkeeper sells his good at the same price as what he pays his supplier, but when he buys from his supplier he takes 20% more than the indicated weight, and when he sells to his customers he gives 20% less than the indicated weight. Find the profit percentage. So for solving this question I'll use the same approach. So the price is not the not something to think of it right now. So what he's doing is takes about the indicated weight. So from the suppliers he takes 20% more profit. So from the supplier, what he's doing, that he takes 20% more than the indicated. So suppose indicated was 1000, so he's taking 1200, so he's taking 1200. So for the supplier, this is for the supplier who is selling him is getting a loss, supplier, and shopkeeper, let's just call him uh, what W represents, wholesaler. Yeah, wholesaler, let's call him shopkeeper. So wholesaler is making a loss of 200 when he's selling what actually he sold is 1200, so 1 by 6. So wholesaler is making a loss of 1 by 6, 1 by 6 loss. So shopkeeper is gaining 1 by 5. So my multiplying factor, I've got a hunch that this is also wrong. 6 by 5 into what more than the indicated weight, and when he sells to the customer he gives 20% less than the indicated weight. So 20% less, so that is also again 20 by 80, 1 by 4, so 5 by 4. So S upon C will be equal to 3 by 2, 3 by 2. So his profit percentage is how much? Cost minus sale, 50 percentage, I think. So the answer to this question is correct, but there can be more method to solve this type of question, so that I will try to discuss now. This is a correct answer, method 1. So method 2, what it could be. So the question is saying that a shopkeeper sells his good at the same price as what he pays his supplier. Okay, so money is not the issue over here, but when he buys from his supplier he takes 20% more than the indicated weight. So I can assume my indicated weight as 100 gram or anything, 1000 gram, anything I can take. It's not necessary that it should be only 100 gram, 1000 gram, because generally the weighing machine balance used to give 100 type of denominations. So he take 20% more than the indicated weight. So from his indicated weight is this much, but he is getting how much? 1200 gram from wholesaler. And then what is happening? And when he sells to the customer, he gives 20% less than the indicated weight. So from the reference point is indicated weight here. Earlier in this example, it takes 20% more than the indicated. So here also comparison was done on indicated weight. So 20% of indicated weight is 200 gram. So it becomes 1200 gram. And here also 20% less is less than the indicated weight. So the comparison is based on the indicated weight. So And how much is he selling to the customers? 800 gram. So find the profit percentage. So profit percentage also we can find easily in this case. So he is getting 1200 and he is selling 800. So the profit he is making is how much? 400 gram. And when he is making profit of 400 gram, when he actually selling 800 gram, 800 gram into 100. So answer will be 50%. So this is also one of the approach to solve this question. But now this question we have done, there is a similar type of question which has the similar type of words. So first line is, a shopkeeper sells his good at the same price as what he pays his supplier. So the first line, if we compare, a shopkeeper sells his good at the same price as what he pays to his supplier, same. So the next question is, but when he buys from his supplier, he takes 20% more than the indicated weight. Fair enough. When he buys from his supplier, he takes 20% more than the indicated weight. So we will solve this question with both the method. So first one is of course method 1, second one will be method 2. So so for method 2, similarly what we will do, 1000 grams. So he takes 20% more than the indicated weight. When he buys from his supplier, he takes 20% more than the indicated weight. So how much is he taking from his supplier? 1200 gram. Okay, 1200 gram. And the question is next, when he sells, he gives a quantity, the quantity is not sure, such that now see whatever he gives is this much, and now there is a relationship with this quantity so that we can find out how much is the quantity. So the question is, when he sells, he gives a quantity such that 20% of that to be added to it, the indicated weight is obtained. So find his profit percentage. So what is question saying, that he is selling amount X, and then if I add 20% of that amount X, 20% of X, I will be getting how much? I will be getting indicated weight. The question is saying, if he gives a quantity, so what he is selling, this is the quantity, that is X, and then such that 20% of that is added, so 20% of X, if I add, then the indicated weight is obtained. So if I add both of these, so indicated weight will be going to obtain. So the question is, find the profit percentage. So this is very important line. What I can say from here, this line, that I will just take it out just little bit, copy, and I will paste in the middle, because that is the main gist of both of the concepts. So if I look at this price, then I will say that this is what I am selling, okay, and this is what, if I add, the question says if I add, then I will be getting my initial weight, that is 1000 gram, which is the indicated weight. So can I say that if I have 1000 gram and I am selling X only, so this is what I am saving, this is what my saving. If I have, I should pay, or this is what I should pay, should give, but I am giving this much, I am only selling this much. So can I say that this is what I am saving, So if I use the same analogy, I can say that how much I am saving, 20% of X. When I am saving this much, when I am selling X into 100, so 20% of X, again it will be nothing but 20% only, 20%. So if I understand this analogy correctly, so from method 1, what I will say, that if selling price will be equal to my selling price S will be equal to cost price into when he buys from the supplier, he takes 20% more than the indicated weight. So more than the indicated weight if he is taking, then it is obviously his profit only, because he is the one taking. No, it's not from the perspective of the wholesaler, he is taking 20% more than the indicated weight, so his profit will be how much? 1 by 5, multiplying factor is 6 by 5 into, again what is he is doing, the second case we already understood that his profit, this is the profit of the shopkeeper, so profit of the shopkeeper is again 20% is 1 by 5, so in fractional terms it will be 6 by 5. So S upon C equal to 36 upon 25. So my profit percentage will be how much? 9. Yeah, 9 upon 25 into 100. So my profit percentage will be 36. No, wait. 11. This is not 9. This is 11. This is 11. So it will be 44% will be the answer. This is what I solved with the method 1. Now let's try to solve with the method 2, because I know that my method 2 is also important. Let me just minimize it little bit. Yeah, and this is the core concept. Let me keep it here and let me try to, if possible, can I fill? Because this is a kind of concept for both. Okay, now let's come to this part. So I know that x plus 20% of x is this much, so I can write 20% of x is 1 by 5, so 1 plus 1 by 5 is 6x by 5 equal to 1000. So my x will be equal to 5000 upon 6, so that will be how much? 8 6 ja 48, 20, so 6 3 ja 18, then again 20, so 3. Okay, so what I can say is my value of x, what I can say over here is that I am selling 833.33 gram only, and the 20% of this value is nothing but 16, right? Yeah, 16.6666 gram, 166.66 gram. Then that's how it will be becoming 1000 gram. So what I can say that I am what I can say in that question, that I am selling 833 gram and I am getting 1200 gram for the same 1000 gram only. Okay, so what I can say, my profit percentage in this one, let me just bring it to the little bit top so that I can do the calculations. Yeah, so in this case my profit percentage will be from 1000 gram. From earlier how I did, from 1000 gram I am selling only 800 gram, so my profit is 1200 gram minus 800 gram. So here also 1200 gram minus 833 gram. So if I take 900, so 300, and then 100 minus 33, so 66, so it will be becoming 366.66 gram. And when I am getting this, when I am selling 83.63 gram, so divided by 833.33 gram. So if I calculate this value, this will be again 44%. So no matter with what concept we solve, we will eventually get the same result. So this is the difference over here. This is the core difference, that here 20% of this value is coming. Okay, 20% of this value is this much, 20% of x, and then we are getting this value. So if I think of this way, that if this is a pure and this is the impure value, so what is happening over here, that this pure value and this is the impure value, so impure value is 20% of the 20% of the pure value, right? 20% of the pure value. So similar type of question strikes again once. I remember where I did mistakes. Yeah. So a trader mixes 20% impurity to the pure stuff. So the pure stuff he is selling. So what mistake I did over here? Trader mixes 20% of the pure stuff, 20% to the pure stuff. So it's not, question is not asking that 20% of pure stuff. So let me write it nicely that this is also, the concept is wrong. That it's not saying that 20% of total. The question is saying 20% impure to the pure stuff. So 20% of not the total one, which is why this concept is wrong. 20% of 800 gram, that is 160 gram. But here my solution is 1000 gram. If I add both of it, it will be coming as 960 gram. So that was the real mistake why I did. That was why I made the mistake. So that's also clear now. Things are getting more clearer as I am solving more questions. So this is also one of the question. Let's try to solve. When an article is sold at a discount of 10%, okay, so my discount is 10%. When an article is sold at a discount of 10%, then there is a profit of 8.88%. But the profit is calculated, okay, let's read first. Then there is a profit of 8.88%, okay, but the profit is calculated on the sum of purchase, calculated on the sum of purchase price and the selling price instead of the purchase price. So how was the item marked above the cost price? Okay, so here the profit is calculated based on the purchase price and selling price. So there is a catch over here that instead of only purchasing price, they have calculated on the sum of purchase price and the selling price. So how much was the item marked above the cost price? Okay. So when an article is sold at a discount of 10%, so I can say, if I say my mark price is 100, then my sold price will be 90, right? 90. And in that case my profit would be 8.88%, okay, and the profit of 8.88%. But the profit is calculated on the sum of the profit is calculated on the sum of the purchase price and the selling price instead of purchase price. So the profit is calculated on the sum of so the comparison is done, like the profit percentage is profit upon cost price and selling price is 8.88%, right? So how much was the mark price, how much was the item marked above the cost price? So if I think of this one, then my profit is how much? My profit will be S minus C divided by, and I can replace my selling price as here 90 minus C upon 90 plus C equal to 8.88%. So 1 by 9 is 11.01, right? No, 11.11, right? 11.11. Yeah, so 8 by 9 will be 88.88, but 8 by 90 will be 8.88. So I can write it as 8 by 90, right? So eventually I will be getting 90 square minus 90C equal to 720, or 19 to 8 plus 8C. So let's bring it little bit to the top. So eventually this will be 90 into 90 minus 8 is how much? 90 minus 8 is 82, and this will be divided by 92 will be my cost price. So my comparison is now how much was, okay, 90, 82. So I need to calculate this value. So this will be again 45, 46. So 45 and 46 not going to go away. So last one will be 23, 41. Okay, yeah, this is what I am going to get. So I can say here my mark, how much was the mark price. So my mark price will be so 100 minus this value. So I can say 2300 minus 41 into 45 divided by 23 divided by the cost price, that is 45 into 41, and 23 will go away, so it will be becoming only 45 into 41 into 45 into 100. So 41 into 45 will be how much? 41 into 45, so the difference is 4. 41, 45, 4. So 2, 43 square minus 4, 43 square minus 4, 43 square is 7, 25 minus 7 is 7, right? 49. So last two digit 49, 25 minus 7 is 1800 minus 4, so it will be 1845. So 2300 divided by 1845 minus 1, so it will be how much? So 1, that is 100 only, so okay, I can write here over it 100. So eventually this will be, so of course 1845 if I remove, then it will be 55 and 9, this will be 9, 10, 4, yeah. So this will be how much? So 10% is 184, so 20% is 136, 369, and how much will be left? 4. So 40 again if I add, and 450, so 100 actually. So 24 to 25% will be the answer according to what I think, but there should be some nice calculation. So again, as expected, I did mistake. And where did I committed mistake? So 90 square minus this one, so 1922 correct, but one is going this side. Here you should be 98, that is the mistake. So if it is 98, it will be divided by 49, and then 49 is not even divisible by 82, right? So there is the mistake, and which will lead to here also mistake, which is why this is also a wrong answer. So this question is I did solve wrongly. So if this is wrong, okay, let me just delete this one. Let's try to solve how can we approach in a different way that it's easy for us to solve as well, and the question is not wrong, like the answer will not be wrong. Question is never wrong. Solution. So see, so right now what is saying that discount of 10%, so my discount is 10%, fair enough. Then it is saying that the profit is 8.8%, but it is calculated on the same of percentage of this much. So can I say that my profit upon selling price, मतलब cost price, equal to 8.88 we have already calculated, and this is the correct value, 8 upon 90. So this is 8 upon 90. So instead of taking any value, earlier I did take value, okay, but if I don't take value, can I say that C plus S is 90 unit, 90x, whatever I want to take, right? And I can say that my P is 8x, right? So what is actually P? So S minus C is equal to 8x, right? What we did here, cross multiplication, but instead this will be a better option. Why? We will find out. Here, a lot of calculations is there, 90 to 90 squared and 90 minus C, but here let's see how it is solved. So I can say that my S will be C plus 8x, right? Now this S, let's replace here. So C plus 8x equal to 90x. It will be 2C plus, or 2C equal to 82x. My C will be 41x. So I already got my value of C, that is 41x. So if my C is 41x, my S will be how much? My S will be 49x, right? Now let's try to use it on this one, and let's see if it's coming correct or not. So profit is selling price minus cost price. So 49x minus 41x divided by 49x plus 41x. So it will be 8x upon how much? For the 90x. So exactly we got the value 8 upon 90, right? So now my C is 41x, my S is 49x. The question is M, but here it is said that the discount is 10%. So I can say over here, if the discount is given, so discount is given on what? On mark price. So if discount is 1 by 10 discount, so selling price will be how much more? X by Y, then X plus Y, right? So if this is in the minus term, so my increase will be in the positive term. So if it's in the positive term, it will be increase of 1 by 9. So my mark price will be how much? 49x into 10 by 9, right? So now I need to just calculate this value for the markup percentage. Markup percentage will be how much? Markup percent minus profit, C. So 490 upon 9 minus 41 divided by cost 1 is our 41 into 100. So eventually it will be how much? This is 936 and this will be 31, 490, 121 upon 41 into 9, right? This will be the case, right? 121. So is it divisible? 121 is divisible by 11 only, na? Okay, no issue. So we will just calculate it further. 121 upon 936. So 1/3 of this one is how much? 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's something approximately 33%. So it will be 32.8 or 7%, whatever we want to give the value. It will be the answer of this question. Because 1/3 is how much? 123, and this is 121. So 2 upon, then 2 will be how much? 0.2 will be removed, 33.33%. So 2 will be how much? That much only, somewhat equal to 32.8 or 9 will be the answer of this question. So this question is solved with a different method, different approach. So this question is also repeated. So let's solve this next question. And the question is like, the mark price of the 3 items A, B, C in the ratio 4:5:6. Great. So the ratio of mark price is given. Now the question is saying the selling prices are 2:3:4 and their cost price is 1:2:3. If the discount offered on A equal to the profit made on C, which is also equal to the discount offered on C, then find the profit percentage made on C. So in the solution part, if the marked price of A is to B is to C equal to 4 is to 5 is to 6, then the selling price of A is to B is to C is 2 is to 3 is to 4, and the cost price, okay, everything is already given, 1 is to 2 is to 3. Great. If the discount offered on A, so let's take the value. Okay, let's take the value also because it's easy. So I will take, if I multiply this one with equation x, so it will be becoming 4x, 5x, 6x, and this will be 2y, 3y, 4y, and this will be z, 2z, 3z, but z is little bit misunderstood with 2, so I will take some other value, a, 2a, 3a, right? So if the discount offered on A, discount, how much is the discount, selling price, and the discount offered on A, so how much discount is offered? So discount is selling price, market price minus selling price, because discount is market price, so 4x minus 2y, so I can write 4x minus 2y, 4x minus 2y, discount offered on A equals to the profit made on C, so it is equal to the profit made on C. So on profit is how much, selling price minus cost price, 4a minus 3a, okay, which is also equal to the discount offered on C, okay. So this is also equal to discount offered on C. So discount is market price minus selling price, 6x minus 4y, okay. Then find the profit percentage made on C. So profit percentage made on C, so what I need to calculate is 4y minus 3a upon 3a, or indirectly 4y upon 3a is what I need to calculate. Great. So let's try to solve first of all these two equations. So it will be 2x is equal to 2y, x equal to y, okay. If my x is equal to y, if the ratio of x and y is equal, then in that case this will be 4y minus 3a equal to 2y, and my 3a will be becoming 2y, okay. So now I will replace here this value, my profit percentage 4y, instead of 4y I will write 6a minus 3a upon 3a into 100, so it will be 100% profit. The answer of this question is 100% profit. So this is the question, the selling price of 20 apples is equal to the cost price of 28 apples which in turn is equal to the discount offered on 20 apples, okay. If on 20 apples markup percentage is reduced to it half and discount offer is made equivalent to the cost price of 10 apples, then find the profit or loss percentage. Let's try to solve the question. So selling price of 20 apples, so 20 as, so selling price of one apple is rupees s, so selling price of 20 apples will be 20s equal to the cost price of 28 apples, 20sc, which in turn equal to the discount offered on the 20 apples. So equal to discount on 20 apples. Okay, so if on 20 apples, markup percentage is, if in this one, if from this one, if my market percentage is half reduced to 7, discount effort equivalent to discount is equivalent to cost price of 10 apples, so discount will be 10c. Then find the profit percentage, which in turn equal to the discount offered on the 20 apples. So which in turn equal to the discount offered on the 20 apples. So let's think that if on one apple discount is D, so equal to 20D. Okay, and this is the condition given to me. If the markup percentage is reduced to its half and the discount percentage is equivalent to the cost price, so find the profit of loss and percentage, and the discount is, and here discount is equivalent to the cost price of 10 apples. And when it is happening, if on 20 apples markup, okay, so on 20 apples, this condition is possible when on 20 apples. Okay, so the first thing is market price is reduced by the half. So if my selling is 20s, if 20s is equal to 20d, so my s upon d value is 1 by 1. So I can say that my selling price is equal to my discount price. So if my selling price is equal to the discount price, in that case my market price will be 0, right? Or did I make any mistake? 28 cost price, which in turn equal to the discount offered on the 20 apples. Okay, so selling price for 20 apples, if I say, then selling price of 20 apples is equal to the cost price of 28 apples, which in turn equal to the discount offered on the 20 apples. So 20 apples is equal to, I can say, the discount offered on the 20 apples